So the stream was just, the Father was showing me what he had saved me from. And he was showing me what was currently happening in some of the people that I used to associate, like what was currently happening in their lives or what would be happening in their lives. And it was disgusting. It was disgusting, and it was pathetic. It was really sad. People dying of drug overdoses in prison and all kinds of crazy shit. Like, really disgusting. Women and men defiling their bodies with each other and being defiled by others that they don't like. That was disgusting. I can't even really go into detail. It was really, really vile. And, just really disgusting. I don't even want to talk about this, Father. Like, I guess for me it became a very simple choice of did I want to continue to sell out and be sold out by my enemies and by people around me that never cared about my well-being, didn't care about anyone around me, didn't care about my dog, didn't care. And it was hard to accept that at first. But when I saw how much the Father cared for me and I looked at the truth of it, there was nothing else to do but see the truth in it all. And see how those people had never cared about me. Never cared about me. They didn't even care about themselves. And what an ugly truth that was. Like, that was not something that I wanted to accept about other people, about this world, about myself. I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to see it that way. I didn't want any of it. But when you're confronted with something like that, like, how do you not see the truth? Like, I guess some people just don't want to see the truth. I get that. Like, I genuinely see that a lot. There are a lot of people who are, well, they think that they're happy, ignoring the truth. And at this point in this world, people who are of religious belief systems think that they're better than the people who don't know God at all. And I at this point, the Father has shown me differently. He has shown me how the people who are in religious mindsets, I mean, I'm paying attention to some of what's going on in our politics and those different arenas of power, and what just happened in the stock market a couple days ago, or actually I think it was just today. Yeah, it was just today. And the Lord is showing me like how he's pulling it all down. He has had these because the Lord's been talking to me about investment and all these kinds of different things, and I don't really, he hasn't given me any action on it, so I'm like, okay, well, I know all these things, but like, what do you want me to do with it? And he just says nothing, just sit back and watch. And I'm like, okay, no problem, but like, what? And, most people, I think that, shit, where's my water? Most people would, I think if most people had the connection that I have with the Lord, they would be asking for stock tips and all kinds of stupid shit. And it's like, they don't really understand like the nature of what's happening right now. Like, the Lord is pulling reality apart. Like, that's not a joke. That's not something that's like, you know, some line in a movie that's cute to say. No. Like, the Lord is seriously pulling down reality. He is unmaking the Matrix right now. Part of that Matrix is your mind. He is pulling people's minds apart. I have straight up seen people losing their minds. Like, that's what it seems like to me. Like, the whole world has gone totally effing crazy. And I see it everywhere. People only want to play video games or like pornography. Like, the only world they can really participate in is the virtual world. Or people are out in what is called the real world. But they can't function. They can't have a conversation. They can't do it without drugs or alcohol. Or they're just so superficial that nothing's actually real for them. I see all of this. Like, the Lord has unveiled all of this to me. And I'll tell you what, a lot of it is, most of it is really ugly. This is part of the reason why I stay away from other people so like they've got the plague. Is because they do. They have God's plague. And you cannot run from it. He will literally unmake your mind, unmake your body, unmake your heart. Like, you will slowly just unravel and lose your freaking mind. And there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you're in alignment with the Father, there's literally nothing you can do. And the Lord's also been talking to me about, you know, people calling on the name of God. It's going to take a whole lot more than calling on the name of Jesus. He has shown me this again and again and again. I know a lot of people just kind of got in line with the whole Christian thing, and do not lump me in with those people. I have the utmost. I pray for mercy for those people just as much as I pray for mercy for anyone else. Because, Belle, please stop, honey. Because those people, they think they're saved, and they're not. They think that they can just call on the name of Jesus on the last day. Oh, no, you can't. I mean, sure you can, but you're going to find out exactly how much good that's going to do you, and how much good it's going to do your family when you haven't been praying for the people you say you love. You haven't been praying for them. You haven't been praying for them every day for the last couple of years. No, you're a fair weather disciple. Oh, like, you don't read your word. Like, those people. And look, I'm not judging these people. I'm not condemning these people. The Father is. I have nothing to do with it. I have prayed for mercy for people so many times. Mercy for the children. I mean, this is basically how that's gone. Father, mercy for all the people who don't know you. And you know what he answered me? He said, they had their chance. I introduced myself multiple times. They ignored it. And then I said, well, Father, please have mercy for the people who are still in the Matrix. You know, who are still trapped in the lower levels of the Matrix. And he said, I offered them my hand. I asked them to please come with me. I begged them to please come with me so I could free them from themselves, free them from their flesh, free them from this world, free them from their chains and bonds. And then I said, Father, please have mercy on the children. Have mercy on the children, Father. And I expected him to say, okay, I will. And he said, they are the products of their parents. And even right now, I'm like, I put my head in my face and just... This is just not... It's just, I think if I have begged the Father, like I said, so many times, please have mercy, Father, please have mercy. I'm having this serious moment of, I think he's given all the mercy he will. And I know I've said that before because he's talked to me about it before. And like, once again, that dream I had just now was utterly vile. Just people doing the most horrible things, defiling themselves, thinking that they're satisfied. They're never satisfied. Just being filled with emptiness. Like, how do you, I don't know how you're filled with emptiness, but God can do that. So what a lot of people fail to understand, they think that they can call on the name of Jesus and that Jesus will save them from all these demons. Most people don't even know how horribly demon infested they really are, let alone actually have any desire to be obedient to the Father so that they can not have to deal with those fallen programs, so that they can escape the resistor, so that they can get out of it. If you don't move out of the way, the Lord can't even, it's not that he can't, but God himself would have to break his own universal laws to fix your shit. And he's not going to do that. He wouldn't do it for me. I don't think he'll do it for anyone else either. Like, you have to get out of his way. Most people don't understand that. I know I didn't understand it for a long time either. But the fact of the matter is, if you want the Lord to save you, you have to allow him to do it. Now, think about it this way. Like, if someone's drowning out in the ocean, and somebody goes out there, say a lifeguard goes out there on a rescue surfboard, and and the person who's drowning starts like punching and kicking and and pulling the lifeguard down and like becoming a danger to lifeguard. Well, that lifeguard either has to punch that person, like punch them out, like so that they can like make them unconscious, like basically knock them out, so that they can rescue them. Because a lot of people do get violent when they're trying to be rescued. It's not they don't mean to, they're just flailing, they're terrified. And that's very much like what it's like dealing with people who are still stuck in the lower matrix. When you're trying to save them, they're flailing. They have no idea how to help themselves or how to even let you help them without pulling you down too. That's exactly how it goes. That's why the Father says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. He doesn't say go and save the world. He says make disciples of it. He goes and says spread the gospel, make disciples of as many as you can. Make disciples of all the nations. But when somebody's drowning like that, it's really hard to save them. It just is. The Lord is showing me the story of what is it called, Father? Legion. He's showing me the story of Legion right now in my mind. He's showing me cast them out. And I'm like, one of the things that I've had a hard time with is casting demons out of people who don't have any faith at all. And the Father's shown me lately that the people who don't have faith and the people who think they have faith, because a lot of people think they have faith right now and they don't have faith. They think that because they use the name of Jesus Christ, or they go to church on Sundays, or they know a couple verses in the Bible or whatever it is for them, but they don't really have a relationship with Jesus Christ. They think they have faith, but they are just as bad as the people who don't have faith at all. In fact, it's easier to save and cast demons out of the people who don't have any faith at all, because they don't have any preconceived notions about who God is and what Jesus came here to really do for us and all this kind of thing. That's interesting. So, like, what people thought was going to save them is actually what's hurting them. Isn't that wild? But God will do it. That's the kind of stuff God does. He takes everything and just turns it on its head. Doesn't give any warning, doesn't give any notice. He just does it. He doesn't have to ask anyone. He doesn't have to tell anyone. Not even his prophets. Not even me and the other seers that I've met. He doesn't have to tell us anything. He does it because he loves us. And people who don't want to pay attention to the true chosen, and they want to pay attention to divination, or they want to pay attention to what they think the Father's telling them, and they miss more than half of what's right in front of them the whole time. Like, you can't, it's like, wow. And I don't say this from any place of superiority or I know better. It has nothing to do with me. The Father shows me. I can't make it happen. It is completely out of my hands. This is completely supernatural. I have no power over it. None. I have no power over what the Father shows me. And I don't release prophetic words. Like, that's not how the Father works. If you're listening to people who are releasing prophetic words, like, you know, every day, 2-3 times a day, that is not a prophet. Like, I don't know why people have to be told that. How do people's discernment just went right out the second story window? And, oh God. This dream was disgusting. It was gross, and it was like on repeat. These people they seemed to have no idea how stupid they are. Like, how just dumb and pathetic and gross. And, like, once again, I wake up saying, Father, have mercy. And he said, I told you. I already did. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Like, my point is that I think that whoever is... I think we're going to go through some shit, is what I'm saying. Belle, please stop. I don't understand how it's all going to work. Not exactly. Not yet. But we should have more brethren. People should have put those things down, those things that they knew weren't good for them, those things that they knew weren't going to further their relationship with Jesus Christ. They should have put them down. And they didn't. I don't know. I mean, I know people have been, talking about this for a long time, and I just don't. Father, please. I mean, that could be true of all of us, honestly. I don't even want, like I said, I don't want to talk about this, Father. I really don't. What do you want to say then? Because it's just... Follow my son before it's too late. Even those who get on board at the last minute will still be saved. But make no mistake, you must do the work. You cannot call on my name just before the tribulation and expect to be saved unscathed. Remember this. And suffer with patience. It's gnarly, Father. He says what's gnarly is that I gave them every chance and they didn't listen. And they lorded their so-called belief over others instead of sharing it with others. He said instead of sitting on their podiums and at the head of their altars, those pastors should have been doing altar calls. They should have been calling as many to me as they could possibly get to listen. And he says, and they didn't. Instead, they closed their doors. They didn't call new parishioners. They didn't reach out. They didn't make house calls and reach out to that child or reach out to that mother. Wow. He's not, I don't know. He seems angry. Father, yeah, I mean, my father seems angry. He doesn't usually talk to me like this. He said, I will raise demons from the midst of your churches. Wow. I will pull down the walls of your so-called faith, and we shall see who is truly your God. I will reveal the idols in your hearts and your minds, and I will smote you with them. Wow. Yeah, he sounds mad. This is not the way he usually talks to me. Like, at all. Anyway, I genuinely hope that you find yourself on the right side of the Lord's wrath. I don't say that with any kind of pleasure that, I mean, who wants to watch other people suffer? Nobody. Well, I mean, some people might, but that's definitely not me. It's just, I've talked with the Father about this many times. Mercy, Father, have mercy. I think he's done with it. It's grieved his heart, and I felt him grieving so many times. And it's so heavy for how many people he grieves with. He grieves for them, or he has grieved for them, and I think he's done. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So gross. That dream was so gross. Like, people just defiling themselves, and they don't even have any choice in it. I mean, they do, but they won't make the choice. They'll lean on a husband or a fiance or a boyfriend instead of leaning on the Lord. And vice versa for women, and they'll lean on political systems that cannot hold them up any more than a feather could hold up an anvil. I mean, you have to understand what the Lord's doing right now. Like, he's unraveling reality. Like, I don't know how else to say it. There is no escape. There is no escape. You cannot hide anywhere. There's no escape. And it is not, another thing that's really important to understand, it is not the Lord's will that any should perish. And he's serious when he says that. If he could forgive Jeffrey Dahmer and all kinds of other people in Hollywood who have sacrificed children. Now, I'm not saying you won't have to pay consequences, but what I'm saying, and it's true, is that it is not the Lord's will that any should perish. You can be forgiven. You can turn away from your sin, but you have to want to. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to. They just don't want to. I don't know, but what they think they can't be forgiven, or they just didn't get around to it, or maybe they thought they would have time to do it tomorrow or next year or whatever. Yeah, you don't have time. Sorry, that dream was particularly nasty, and whenever the Lord shows me things like that, because people think all the dreams and visions and all that from the Lord is all just like hunky-dory, it's beautiful, it's totally fine, everything's, great. No, not for me. The Lord shows me what people are, oh God. And he told me after I am sifted like wheat that he wanted me to turn again and try and strengthen my brothers and sisters. And I have tried. And I will continue. Until he tells me not to. But when I have those dreams, they're full on demonic, and then the Lord's delivering me from them, so I end up like coughing and sneezing and burping when I wake up. It's gross. But not that burping and coughing and sneezing is gross, but like I know what's happening is gross, like because he's detaching me again from those fallen programs. Anyway, it's like 5 a.m. It's 5:41 in the morning right now, and I just kind of want to like have the Lord wipe this dream off my slate, because it's just gross. I think what struck me the most in this dream was like people's surety that they were fine, and they looked like cartoon characters. Like none of them were real people. That was the creepiest part. And the things they were doing to one another and to themselves, thinking that it was just, like thinking that was somehow gonna satisfy the deep yearning in them for something that's real. And the Lord just said, I will let them feed on their own disease. That's, wow. I will let them feed on their own disease. That's, wow. They will descend into their own depravity and revel in it and destroy themselves. Like, that's, wow. Anyway, it's just really gross. Please turn to the Lord. Please, for your own sake. For your own sake, for the sake of the Lord, for God. Father, I don't want to have these dreams anymore. Alright, I hope this recording finds you blessed. Love, blessings, and compassion to everyone. Please turn to the Lord. Please turn to the Lord. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And most of all, more than anything else, Submit yourselves to the Father. Peace be with you.